Your mom was right. It's that damn phone.
And teens spend an average of 3.5 hours each day on these kinds of apps, something research shows can double the risk of experiencing symptoms of depression and anxiety.
About 25% of teens who spend 4 hours or more on screens reported anxiety or depression symptoms.
We see rates of depression and anxiety and loneliness going up. And I'm concerned that social media is an important driver of that youth mental health crisis.
Lately, I've been waking up, and the first thing I do is scroll on TikTok, and the last thing I do is the exact same thing. I've tried deleting social media and creating screen time limits, which haven't worked. And it's just really frustrating because there was a time in my life when I didn't need a phone, I didn't need social media, I didn't need to be able to see what other people are doing. All that mattered was hanging out with my friends and family and being able to embrace the present. And now it just feels like life is passing right before me. And this time where memories are supposed to be made, all I have to think of is the time of me sitting in my room scrolling on Instagram. Which is why I'm giving up my phone and social media for the next week to see if it can improve my mental health. Alright, so I'm back. I got my little jitterbug flip phone. I was getting made fun of at Best Buy because this phone is for old people. It actually has like an emergency thing on there, so if something happens, they can call like a doctor or actual hospital. I'm really interested to see like how I feel after day one of using it because I'm already remembering that I don't know any of my phone numbers and I need to like either buy a phone book or write down the numbers because I'm gonna be cooked. Yeah, I'm about to call and activate it because they were wanting me to like give them my actual phone number to activate the phone, and if I give them my actual phone number for this phone, then I can't use my iPhone for a whole month, and I'm only trying to do this for a week to see like how I feel afterwards, so we're about to have to buy a number online. Getting the flip phone activated was an extremely frustrating process. I sat in the hotline for an hour and a half praying someone would answer the phone, and came to the realization that my patience will be getting tested a lot over the next week. After my flip phone finally started working, I asked my family for their opinions of it, and they all gave me very funny answers.
Oh my God, a new flip phone? Who they selling this to? Who's the target customer for this, Christian? Is it over 80?
I can't see you with this. I just can't.
I don't know. I think it has a bit of a nostalgia with it. It reminds you of better times or, good times. It wasn't all bad during flip phones. So.
Grandma was slow, but she was old. He's living in a different time when things were so slow. If you were going any slower, you'd be going backwards.
Good morning. I just woke up, and the first thing I did was reach for my phone, and all that was there was this, which has nothing on there for me to scroll or look at. It's really sad that that is the first thing I want to do in the morning, and I can confirm that it's going to be a very interesting week. Alright, in the short time of me using this phone, I can already tell y'all that I have an addiction to my phone, and it's actually ridiculous. I would try to do work, and I'd get in the zone, be really locked in, and then I keep reaching for this flip phone as a means to like scroll and procrastinate, and there's literally nothing on here. All I can do is make a phone call. I can spend a lot of time trying to send a singular text. I can also go in here to like use Alexa, which I'm not going to use. There's ability to take photos and videos on here, which it low-key looks like it was taken from a microwave, but we're gonna look past that because it's only for a week. And they have some like mining games in here because the phone's made for someone who's like a lot older to like keep their mind right, so that's also a feature on here, which I've tried. The games are kind of cool, but really and truly there's nothing on here for me to procrastinate with, and I keep reaching my phone thinking that it's gonna be a tool for me to be able to like provide stimulus to my brain to have like a dopamine rush, and that's just not happening. And it's like weird because I feel as if I'm being controlled so much by my phone, even though I'm not even using it anymore. Alright, I'm currently driving. I'm about to go to my friend's house and we're gonna meet up and go to the city to get food and watch the Notre Dame game. But I can't use my phone for directions. He just moved, so I'm using this notepad that I wrote down all the directions on. This is like how I guess they used to do it back in the day, and it's not like annoying, it's just a little bit inconvenient. It was a lot of like effort I had to like put into like writing this down, and I can see why back in the day people weren't as willing to just like pick up and just go places if they didn't know how to get there. And it's just a lot of effort that I was not initially wanting to do.
A few moments later.
What are your opinions on the flip phone era?
On the flip, I honestly respect it a lot. One of my friends has wanted to do like the whole flip phone thing for a while, but he hasn't like pulled himself to do it. I feel like so many people say like they want to do it, but like very few people actually do it.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for you doing that, to be honest.
It hasn't been like that bad as I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. It's been like a lot more relaxed and peaceful using the flip phone, but it's just weird because I don't have one of my friends' phones ever saved, so I can't really talk to people. But it's been relatively chill.
Why didn't you just like save them before you did it? Why didn't you like write down?
You know how much work it is to put a phone number in this phone?
Well, you could just like wrote the numbers down.
I did that for like 10 people.
And I was one of the 10?
You were one of the 10.
Let's go.
I knew I had to leave with my mans while I was back home. Bro was talking about you can go ahead and pay for the parking. I was like, I got you. Ain't no way this is about to work on my phone.
It's crazy.
Beat the Reds.
Hey, phone eats first, bro.
Phone eats first?
I mean, flip phone eats first.
Flip phone? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me get your phone too.
Happen again?
Hey bro, that's up to you. I personally...
Hey, this is 7-Eleven we took that guy to.
Yeah. Day 3, I was low-key fighting for my life. I was really struggling being on my own and kept doing a lot of random stuff to kill time. I got so bored that I pulled out my old rainbow loom to make bracelets, which is really embarrassing. Later in the day, my cousins came through and they were my saving grace. We got extremely competitive over these board games. And it was a blessing that I did not realize that I needed. When I'm at school, I'm always with my friends having a really good time, but nothing beats being with your family. And when you take your phone with a picture, you really start appreciating the present way more. So the past couple days, I've really recorded anything. I've pretty much just been going to this like all-day church event with my mom, which has been really peaceful. And I've started to really feel like I've enjoyed not having my phone. Initially, I didn't like a lot of inconveniences of it, but now I've just become a lot more comfortable and I've been able to just enjoy just like the peace of not having all this constant noise and constant comparison. A lot of times I feel like I go on my phone whenever I don't want to just sit in silence or sit in this phase of boredom. So I'm trying to like feel like the absence with this like void. And because of that, I go on my phone, I go scroll on Instagram and TikTok. I see other influencers and people who I'm comparing myself to, which allows me to feel like I'm not good enough, or I need to be doing more, and I need to be taking on more projects and different things that really aren't necessary. It just causes a lot of unnecessary stress. And with only having this, I don't have access to it anymore. So I've been able to just sit at home with my mom, be at peace, go to church, be able to enjoy that part of my life. And I've been able to see that, when you don't have social media, when you're not constantly on your phone having all this attention and noise, you're able to just be a lot more at peace with things. Tomorrow, I head back to New York, and we'll be back at school in a very different phase of my life. I'm excited for what's ahead, but at the same time, I'm interested really to see how my friends are going to respond to me having this phone. One of my closest friends sent me a really funny text when I had let him know that I had a new number, and I'm going to read and quote what he said, which was, "I told you I'm not responding to that weak ass number, bro," which is hilarious, but I think I'm going to have a lot of like interesting points of view from my friends when I get back to school and I'm going to be having a flip phone.
For this world, I can feel it. Try to make sense of it all. I find some meaning, but it just sneaks away right out the back door. And I run after it, trying to catch up.
I'm at the airport, and every part of using this flip phone for travel is extremely inconvenient. I'm about to be on the plane for 4 hours and we'll be unable to use this for anything. There's no music, no access to the internet on here. I can't like download a movie or have any means of entertainment on this phone, which is really annoying. And to top it all off, when I get back to New York, I can't have Uber or Lyft put on this phone. So my only option to go back to school is to either call my friend to give me Uber back, which would take about 30 minutes, or I could spend 2 hours on the bus and train to get back to campus, which for the sake of the video, I think would probably be more entertaining, but I don't want to do that. I'm gonna get in like around like 7, 8 o'clock, and I know I'm gonna be really tired, and I'm not gonna want to spend 2 hours on the bus and train. Like it is really illogical, and I don't think it makes a lot of sense. If I had one of my friends Uber me back to campus, I'm gonna have to like Venmo them in like a couple of days because there's no Venmo or PayPal on here. This phone is a dumb phone for a reason, and if I was not familiar with New York and was traveling with this phone, I would be cooked. So my flight got delayed by another 2 hours and I'm starving. I walked all the way over to Chick-fil-A, had my mouth set ready on a spicy chicken sandwich, and of course it's Sunday, so they're closed. And you know, I'm mad southern, so I went ahead, instead of Papados, I'm about to get me some fried alligator and just edit to kill the time. Good morning, y'all. I am extremely tired. Got back very, very late. I really did not want to have to pull my smartphone out, but it was just very unfortunate based on my circumstance. I was not about to have to try to like take the bus and the train after midnight because I just didn't feel comfortable doing that, especially with me having practice this morning. But yeah, I shaved this morning since I felt like I wanted to like start a new chapter with school and everything and like not look like I'm old as hell. But I have practice this morning and about to see how my friends and my coaches are able to kind of receive my phone, and I'll catch on a little bit. What are you? Can I get your phone? Can I get your phone?
What's my phone? I haven't seen one in years. No worries.
No worries. No worries. My coach just said, "Tell me the phone."
You can't even play Snake on this.
Bro, there's no Clash of Clans on that.
There's no Clash of Clans. Bro, how you FaceTime the host? Tell me how you FaceTime the host.
Hey, bro. Not too much on that. Not too much on that.
Man, just got no emotion.
What is this too? This is not even like a BlackBerry type. This is the off-brand. At least if you showed the host like, oh, I got like a Nokia.
they'd be like, oh, that's fine. This is alive. Bro, no one thinks you're trapping, bro. You're not trapping. You're not fooling anyone.
Zero play.
This shit not even turning on, bro.
I think that's awesome. it's nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I was trying to violate.
You got games on there?
I do have games on there. Yeah. There's Eye for Detail.
You got we all have the same shit, though.
Try hard.
So what do you mean try hard?
Yes, like you just want to be different. Like, just be addicted to your phone like everybody else. Embarrassing.
I'm not sure what exactly you do with this device. Like, how do you hold this? What is this, bro?
It's a flip phone.
Where did you get this from?
I have this from Break. Remember I did
Oh, when you gave up technology to live like a caveman. Okay. Yo, bro, this is crazy. Like, look how big the numbers. Nah, this is OD game.
And so
like
did somebody ask you to do it, or you just decided to do it?
I decided to do it because I wanted to see like getting rid of social media.
Whoa, I
your
love
phone
it.
for a week will be able to improve like your mental health and quality
What
of life.
happened? What is your?
I just feel I feel better, like a lot better. I saw that like people, like my generation spends around 4 to 6 hours a day on social media, which equivalents to 13 years of your life wasted scrolling.
Oh my God,
So
that's a
I
great
feel like
stat.
I feel like I needed to like do something to like combat that because I spend like 8 hours on my phone, so I'm part of the problem. So I wanted to like
But it's
figure out.
addictive. They make it so it's addictive. You get the dopamine hits and you want more, and so it's not your fault. It's just, unfortunately, it's a real thing.
Phone screens started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
Phone screens get bigger every year. I swear.
Exactly.
So it is officially 1:55 in the morning. I'm very tired and I kind of put this off, but I wanted to just reflect on this past week. One of the things that I want to highlight is that although I think people romanticize, the past, like the 90s or the 2000s and different things, a part of that time period, going back to this is just not practical, and I will stand on that. This past week, I was home for breaks, so I had a lot of extra free time, so I was willing to be inconvenienced. But if I was at college or if I was like an actual adult working a full-time job, there is no way I'm letting this inhibit me from being great. It took me so much time to send text messages that it was frustrating. If someone sent me a text that was like maybe 2 or 3 sentences long, it looked like it was a full-on like essay that would take way too long to respond to, and it made me just had to pick up the phone and call people. This whole week, it just felt like I was just like so removed from the world. One of my friends, like early on, I told him, shout out to Charlie, that like I was really struggling with feeling like I was so isolated, and I was like feeling like I was missing out on all these different things on social media because it's like a very big part of my life that probably needs to like have a lesser role. And he was like, bro, like you're missing out on nothing, enjoy your peace. And it was something that really was hard for me, and even when I felt like I got over the hump of that, there was still this lingering thought in the back of my head that like, oh, like what is so and so doing right now, or like what are my friends like doing at this current point? Like I wonder what's actually like going on like in the city right now in New York or whatever else is going on. And there's just a lot of like FOMO that was going on, and I think that really is being ingrained into all of us because of social media. When you go onto like Instagram or TikTok and you're scrolling, you process so much information within a short time frame. Like within 30 seconds, I might see 10 or 15 reels that are about politics, about climate change, about LeBron, about things that are unserious, about war, about just different things that make you feel like really sad or make you feel desensitized and not really care, because as an individual, the world is just so corrupt that what I do as an individual probably can't reverse the effects of what's going on. I think that's the overarching theme of things that are causing like this issue of mental health. And this past week of just like being at home and like thinking about those different things made me kind of like have like that light bulb like flickered to kind of see things differently. But on a side note, my camera is really warm and it's about to turn off, and I wanted to say I really enjoyed making this video. This is something that's very different from what I usually do, and I want to start doing more videos like this. comment down below if you guys love this video, if you want to see more content like this, and comment your thoughts kind of on society with like social media and our phones, and if you think that it's possible to be able to have a balance, or if we're just need to get rid of it altogether. I'm gonna respond to all the comments down below, and CJ signing out.